will come up on a... The CarribeanTales International Film Festival is hitting a major milestone, turning 20 years old this year. It runs from September the 3rd to September the 13th, and visitors will have a very special treat to kick off the festival. The opening film is a documentary on famed Anguillian musician and poet Bankie Banx. So joining us live now in the studio are Bankie Banx, musician, poet, and Nara Garber, director of Bankie Banx, King of the Dune. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. This is very special. You don't often have the subject of your documentary or film to talk about it. So this is very, very exciting. Bankie, did you ever think that you would have a movie made about your life and your work?
Oh, I've had my thoughts, you know. Many thoughts, see.
There's nothing he has not thought about. That brain does not stop going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And Nara, what made you want to tell his story after learning about him?
So credit for that actually goes to our executive producer, Gordon Woodward, who is a friend of mine from college, and we sang in a group in college together, and he started going to Anguilla over 20 years ago, fell in love with Bankie's music.
Wow.
And approached me and said, somebody has to make a film about this man. His music needs to be better known, and this is a story that needs to be told.
I love that, because Bankie, you're described as a fearless, self-expressive Anguillian musician and rebel poet, and, you know, the documentary really uses a lot of archival footage, personal interviews, to explore his artistry and connection to Anguilla's history. So with, you know, the subject still here and with us today, was it easy to get access to those things, or did you have to do a lot of kind of digging?
Well, it actually started with me trying to write my life story, write a book. So I wrote 150 pages of my life because I thought it was time to do that.
Yeah.
And I passed it on to Gordon, who was a friend of mine, knew for years. And he said, "Can I have a glimpse of the 150 pages?" And he looked at it and he said, "Bankie,
this has to be a movie.
This has to be a movie."
Wow.
And in terms of access,
yes,
specifically in response to that question, Bankie can gain access to anything in Anguilla. I mean, driving around behind Bankie in Anguilla, cars stop, and everyone says, "Hey, Bankie, hey, Bankie." So that was, I mean, that is the access. And that's why Bankie has associate producer credit on the film, because it could not have been made. Only he knows his story.
Absolutely.
It's encompassed so many different chapters that once Bankie was on board with what Gordon was proposing, it opened all the doors.
Yeah, he really, I mean, the title of the film is called King of the Dune, right? So maybe elaborate on what that means exactly.
So the Dune Preserve is Bankie's beach bar, which is this extraordinary tree house on the beach crafted out of driftwood and found objects that he's had to rebuild after every hurricane. And so that's really his empire. I mean, he is the king of the dune. And so it's the title of one of his songs, but it seemed like it inevitably had to be the title of the film as well.
Yeah, and Bankie, you know, the film really covers your passion for music, your poetry, but also this cross-section between music and activism. So maybe you can talk about, you know, how your personal rebellion turned into this cultural legacy with music, politics, family, and your own tale of survival.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the Caribbean,
yeah,
during the same era of people like Bob Marley and whatnot. As a musician, you need a direction. I grew up in Anguilla, as you've seen in the movie, during the very different times in the Caribbean where you had a British invasion and stuff like that. So my influences came from British top 40. Even though I live in the Caribbean, most of the music I listened to at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 was from British top 40. So, and in the Caribbean, the place where there was no radio, all you get was from the request program. There was not even a record store.
Right.
So what you heard on the request program is what influenced your life along with the things. So that's why my music has a cross of all these elements in it. So, yeah, am I answering the question?
Yeah, and Walter Rodney informed you a lot, so the whole political aspect of that.
If I put a direction to all of that, here in my Caribbean, you know, we saw the power of what Bob Marley did with one song, which brought, it's like peace. It's like it brings the world together. Everybody knows. You go on the reservation in America or anywhere, people sing redemption song.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought I wanted to be a part of that, to take my music, because I'm not a rock and roll guy. I'm not. I'm not anything. I'm not a country singer. I'm just a poet. And if I can use music, I was inspired by what happened with people like Marley and even Lennon, and the people figured that music was a vehicle of expression.
Sure. Yeah, I love what you say in the film about, in one of the interviews, you said you wanted to be a freedom fighter, but with music.
Freedom fighter with our guns, you know.
Yeah, well, now hopefully people will be inspired when they see your story. It is the opening film at the Caribbean Tales International Film Festival. What an honor for your story to premiere there.
First time in Canada.
Yeah, so welcome to Canada.
Canadian premiere, first visit to Canada.
I wish we had more time to talk, but congratulations on this film. Nara, thank you so much. Thank you. What an honor. Nice to meet you.
And the festival goes online through October 3rd, so people can check that out at
They can also check it out.
CarribeanTalesFestival.org.
Caribbean Tales. Okay, thank you so much.